So, hi friends. Hello. Welcome. I'm your host, Aradia of Aradia's Hand and Danae's Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life. And it is a special Tuesday, a super special Tuesday, because we're doing something a little different. So usually Tuesdays are haul days, which means that is when I'm sharing tools or materials that I've gotten for the work that I do. Most of it is art-based. Sometimes it's a deck or some materia or curio for some work that I'm doing. Sometimes it's business related, so it's like my new planner or something like that. And then every now and then we have happy mail. So we've already done a little bit of happy mail, which actually was over on my other channel, and you can find that linked below if that's your thing. It's bringing the same energy that we have over here, only it's more awkward over there because it looks a little out of place. That's okay. I haven't been there in a while. Like, I'm not there all the time, so yeah. So and I don't know if I'm going to do this justice. I think this is not like the best delivery form, but I did want to put this out there. And this is also just, I'm really excited, and I've been working on this like forever. So we're going to get to it. Now, this is kind of a combination of an art haul and a happy mail. Only I got the stuff for the art and I'm going to send it to somebody. So let's see if we can like reasonably tell the story. So I got yarn. Do I think I have it in hand where I can just show you the skein. Oh, I know I can show you one, but can I show you the other one? No, but there's this is one, if you'd like to take a good gander at it. It's very nice. And then the other one is a gray that I thought I saw the other day, but I'm not really sure now. Not really sure now. Am I sure that it's not in there? It doesn't look like it's in there. Anyway, doesn't matter. This is the star of the show, this one. So, I bought this and a gray color, which is now just going to bug the living daylights out of me, because I'm like, where did you see it last? Because I feel like I put these two together. And I know I had some left over. Like, I knew I did. Because I have some of this left over. So it doesn't make sense that I wouldn't have some of it. At least a little bit. At least a little bit. Don't mind me. I'm going to break my brain like trying to figure this out. 1 second. I think this is it. I think it is. Wrong bag. Okay. So, very nice, very nice. If you'd like to see it up close, there we go. Ooh, yes. Ah, wonderful. So, how did this start? Well, thanks for asking. So, what I want to say is, I like to give people gifts. I like to give gifts to people that remind me of those people. That is a thing that I do. I don't do holidays. I don't do birthdays, mostly because I can never remember when they are. And even if I do, it's going to slip my mind because I've got a lot going on and I'm super busy and I'm always doing things. And yeah, it's a little hard to keep track of dates. So instead, my compromise is if I see something and I think of you, either I share it with you, I show it to you, I send you this meme because it's freaking hilarious, or I get it for you. And a perfect example of that is the fact that I just bought my best friend a book that I know she didn't have in hardback, which she prefers, of one of her very much liked authors. So, yay! So, disclaimer, Target started this. Okay, I didn't start this. It's Target's fault. It's always Target. I was cruising and perusing for tumblers because I love fun cups, as evidenced by the wide collection of them. And as I was going through, hold on, we're going to take this out of the bag so you can see it. See, they're pretty. As I was going through, I saw this. So, if you can see, there is this nice little hummingbird and flowers. And here's up. Did you also notice that they match? They look like they go together? That's not an accident. So I saw this, and the person in question is a favorite author. And understanding that some people are very private and don't want to talk about their personal lives, and other people are kind of all out there. And then some people, they would prefer their lives to be private, and then stuff comes out, and that's super not awesome depending on what's going on. Well, so that happened, and I'm gonna put it somewhere where it can't possibly fall. I saw that, and I thought it was pretty. Hummingbirds aren't super my thing, but it's very pretty, and I liked it. And it just so happened that I had either right before that or right after that seen a post that this person made where they talked about getting a tattoo, presumably, because I'm out of context, right, for like a memorial or like something to like remind them and kind of like give them strength and support. And it was a hummingbird. And I saw that hummingbird and I'm like, I wonder if they would like that. I wonder. So, that said, I just, you know, I could have put it out of my mind. I'm like, you know, I would totally send that to her. But I'm like, does she use them? Because that's another thing. I don't like to give things to people that they don't use, that they're useless. Because, you know, if it's not of value to you, then it's worthless, right? Like, I mean, not to be mean, but like seriously, like, and some people are not good at picking out gifts. Some people are really good. Some people don't like getting gifts. Some people are super minimalist. There's all kinds of different reasons where the whole gift giving process can kind of not go well. And it's not necessarily anybody's fault. Shit happens. So I just filed that away in my mental Rolodex of interesting things. And then I saw this cowl that had the look of a bandana to it. Now, this particular person is basically a cowgirl. And inside joke, she writes about cowgirls. Yeah. You know, it's that series, you know. If she watches it, she should know. And if you don't know, what? Battle of... Okay. Moon. Anyway, I saw it and I'm like, oh, that's really cute. That's really neat. So, I said, you know what? If this person's having a hard time, and this person needs support, and this person has had a time of it, and that may or may not be true, right? Because I don't have any information. I'm not asking for any. I'm not giving any. I don't know. But hey, people have hard times, and reaching out and saying hi and checking in on people can mean a big difference, because sometimes on the other side of it, it's not easy to do that. It's not easy to reach out. But somehow it's easier to reach back. Anyway, different people, different strokes for different folks, what have you. It's all good. But the idea had started brewing. Now, I like to think of hand knits and handmade things like sweaters and cowls and scarves and hats to be like little physical manifestations of someone's care for you. Because if you get something that somebody made for you, there is so much more than fabric or yarn or beads or buttons, right? There is something of the person in there. There is thoughts, there is regard, there is inexplicable things that maybe aren't easy to put words to. And that coziness, that nice comfort matters. So like if somebody gives you something they made, you know, consider that. Anyway, so my first question is, I go and I say, hey, because we've like had like very brief exchanges, like a handful of times. Like, I've got an odd question for you. Do you drink coffee or tea? Because that's what you would put in the tumbler, right? Probably, likely. That's what it's meant for. And that's not, you know, that's not a super weird question. I mean, it maybe is out of the blue. But if you know somebody drinks coffee and you heard about this new coffee, you may want to tell them about it. So not entirely weird, but, and they clarified yes, that they like tea, and they liked specifically herbal fruit teas, which is why this is going to come along with it. I just dropped something. So I love samplers because you don't have to commit to a flavor. And I was like, you know what, I know I've had a bunch of these flavors, I know I like them, I don't know if they will, but this will be a nice little, you're not committing to this flavor and you're like, oh god, I absolutely hate it. So that happened. So now we have a cup, and then we have tea, and we've got this thing that we're gonna make, that we're gonna build to get to. So at first I said, okay, I need to figure out some colors, like what's gonna be a good color combination. And I perused through other people's projects and other people's versions of them to see, you know, what color combinations I thought looked really well, and had a few choices that I had seen like from vendors that like through online, because it was just easier to get stuff that way at that point. And I'm like, okay, all right, we can consider these, but I couldn't really nail it down, because I also had asked them if they had a preference of any specific colors, and if they had any allergies to any animal hair, which is a very telling line of questioning. Yeah, I'm about as covert as like a chainsaw. So, yay. Anyway, I looked around and I wasn't feeling it. Honestly, like, I was like, these are okay, and I'm sure they'll look nice together, but I don't know if they're quite right. So I went around the corner to my local yarn shop and said, you know, I'll look through and maybe I can find like a nice speckle or variegated that and then like a solid that maybe has like undertones of the other color in it, but it's not so much that it's like overpowering it. Because let me tell you, color, when it comes to construction of items, like art, can make a difference. You can make this absolutely wonderful rendering, and if the colors are hideous, it takes away from the, you know, the visual. Just like you can take just ink and lines and something plain and add a splash of color to it, and it just really pops and like has life to it. So, you know, stuff like that. And I like to think I have a pretty good eye for color. Thank you very much. I'm good at color matching, if I do say so myself. So I found this and I said, okay, well, this is perfect because this matches the cup. It matches the cup. There's no question about this. And then I'm like, okay, well, I don't want a blue because I feel like it would fade too much in it. I don't want a purple because I think it would detract too much for it. And I wanted this to be the star of the show because it's really pretty. So I went with this. It is gray, it's light, it's of a similar saturation where it's not going to be overpowering, but it's not going to blend in so much that if you saw like it within a reasonable distance that you would think, okay, that's like all one color. Now, obviously, if you look at it from afar, you're probably not going to notice the difference, okay? And you can tell because here we go. So there we go. So nice little thing. And this is brioche. The fun thing about this is it's reversible. So we see we see the wide variety of the color on that side. And if you're feeling like you'd rather see the gray take the show, there's that. And it's a little more obvious here because the backdrop makes it pop. But this is a bandana cowl, and I just so happened to have run across it when near all this happened, and I felt that because this all happened in close proximity, because I just so happened to see her post, I just so happened to see that cup, I just so happened to see that pattern, yeah, I should pay attention. And to top it all off, basket. I love baskets. And also, everything goes in the basket. What's in the box? What's in the basket? And it fits very nicely. And we'll do like this. It's cozy. So, if you follow me, there's a really good chance that I will be posting maybe pictures or doing a short video of me putting it together. Because I am over the top. But the whole thing is, I got that yarn and I found that pattern and it just was just right. Now, I meant to send this to this person in like January, February of this year. It's September. I think I'm late. Funny thing about that is if you looked at some of my project times around there, you saw me working on it. And like saying, why does this thing hate me? Because it's brioche. Brioche, it's not complicated. But it's not just plain knitting. Okay? There's some extra steps, and that's where it seems complicated. Further than that, it's 2-color brioche. So you have to wrangle 2 different colors, and it's in the round. So what I did is I took something that was above my pay grade, took a running start, and like clawed my way up the mountain and said, I'm gonna do this. And I think it turned out pretty well. So there's one other thing I'm gonna put in there, which I'm gonna put some wool wash, because we do not machine wash our hand knits. We do not. Please, for the love of God, don't do that. And because I can't pick a flavor for this person, what I'm going to do is I am going to pick a sampler. There's that sets thing again. And send it with a nice little handwritten note. And yeah. So the big hope is that she likes it and it's not like burdensome or irritating, because, you know, not a personal friend of mine, but it did make me think of her, and hopefully it hits right. We'll find out. Actually, if it doesn't, I won't say anything about it. But one of the reasons, kind of why this matters, is during the pandemic, I found this author. And she did this massive giveaway where I think it was about 15 or 16 of her books were just up for grabs. And she is a hell of a writer. I mean, that I could write that much would be awesome. And I know she does other stuff. So she's writing that much and doing other stuff. And as someone who does multiple things, that's a lot. And that is awesome. And I like admire you for doing it and keeping up with it. And keep on plodding through. So she and her writing were a nice little bright spot in a time that just sucked and was depressing. And at that time, I had just started my separation. I was watching my life fall to pieces. I was intensely not okay. And I had no idea what was going to happen, or how it was going to work out, or if it was going to work out, or what that looked like, or if I could do it. And I think that she could probably empathize with that. And so, yeah. But I now have, I think my last check was like 87 of her books. Because the minute she writes one, I'm like, I need that book right now. I'm actually in the middle of a really long series of hers right now. I need to catch up on another series that I don't know if she's wrapping it up, but I know I've missed 2 books. Shame on me. Because I've just been busy and not paying attention to anything. Yay. But I think that's it. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Okay. So, hopefully, if this is to her, if you see this, hopefully this is right. I hope you like it and you appreciate it. Obviously, you know, if you hate it, that's cool. I get it. Nope, no big deals. But no matter what, I wanted you to know that I appreciate you and what you have brought to the world, and that I and so many people get to enjoy and benefit from, because we need more of that stuff. So keep being awesome. And honestly, everybody else watching that goes for you too, right? You never know what the words and the actions that you take will do, for ill or good. And sometimes some innocuous thing that you say all the time hits somebody right where they need it to, and it's helpful and matters and gives them the courage to get back up and to keep going and to try again, or to, you know, reorganize, or to rest, or to whatever they need to do. And so as someone who has to deal with anxiety and depression and a bunch of other it matters. It really does. So, which is part of why I'm so candid here. It's part of why I am so explicit about what's going on. I mean, obviously there's things I leave out, like I leave out people's names, but when I'm having a hard time, there's a really good chance you're gonna know about it. I'd be like, I'm not doing good. It's not great. I may not talk about it, but I'm not doing good. So I can't wait to send it out. I've got to buy the wool wash, and I'm gonna wrap it. I haven't wrapped a gift properly, like, in a really long time, because everything I've like gotten for people, it's just been like, here. So there's been no need to wrap anything. There's going to be a funny little thing, because, and I guess I'll share this with you. I'll share this with everybody. So I'll do, yes. So I'm not going to out this person, but, because, you know, if they want to be like known, and like that's for you to decide, not me. But what I can say is, I know that they have initials, and it's 2 initials, and what, you know, presumably is a last name, right? And being that there is another like author human who has that name, yeah, totally legit surname, so whatever. Cool, awesome. Not the point. The letters, though, the initials, I don't know what they stand for. I didn't ask. I figured if she wants people to know, she will tell them. And my brain was curious and like rolling this over. And I'm like, you know what it is? It's top secret. That's what it is. And if you know, you know. Okay. So that's the name of the project, is TS is for top secret. And there you go. I think it was hilarious, and that's been like this joke I've just been giggling over in the back of my head like this whole freaking time, like a weirdo, because that's me. So yeah. Now to everybody else, or anybody who's still here, do you have stuff to do? What is the last thing that you either sent in the mail to someone or received in the mail? Have you bought any cool things to make things with, or maybe received something that somebody made from you, from you? Oh, it's a little Ed Gein. Yeah, a little bit. Whoops. Whoops. We're macabre and morbid over here sometimes, so like, yeah, that's it. Now, I'm looking at my nose to make sure I don't forget anything. If you want to see pictures of this, you can scroll to the post below. You will then get to see clear pictures of whatever the thing is. And along with that, I also have links to, the basket, the tea, the cup, the yarn, the pattern, my version, like mine, I'm gonna link to there. Is that everything? That is everything. Now, just a note about the links, sometimes things disappear, especially when we're talking about retail stores. So as of this posting, if the cup is linked, it's there. You know, if the tea is I can find it, it's there. If it's not, or if it goes away later, and the same thing actually with yarn. So these are small batch, like hand dyers, which means they may never offer these colors again, or they may not be easy to get a hold of. So I will link to them so that if you want those colors, or you're curious to know what they are, or what the fiber is, or anything else about it, all that information is going to be there. Also linked below my websites, Aradia's Hand and Danae's Divine, in case you want me to do some work for you, or to buy some art, or just look at the pretties. And my active social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I like to hang out the most, and now YouTube, which I'm trying to get into, and it's so weird. So weird to be over here. Also Twitch. So if you want to see me work on stuff, that's the place to do it. Now, because you were so kind to stay to the end of this video, which I gotta say, this is like a reasonable amount of time for me to be chattering at somebody. I have, like, 2 videos ago was like an hour. The one after that was like 45 minutes. The one after that was like 10. So, you know, balance. Tomorrow is Work in Progress Wednesday, so I'm going to check in with some of the intentions that I set up for the week on Monday, see where we are, and see what's left. So, thank you so much for being here. If the person who receives this sees this, I appreciate your time and attention, because I know that you have a lot going on, a lot to do, and responsibilities, and the fact that you took possibly 27 minutes of your time to listen to my crazy ass. Awesome. But it's okay. It's fine. I've been wanting to tell this story, and I didn't think that writing it down was really going to do it justice, especially since I'm very animated, in case everybody hasn't figured it out by now. But which is really funny, because I hate, like, being looked at and attention, and yet here I am on camera several times a week now. It's weird. Didn't make any sense. But I do want to say thanks to the author for sharing their inner world and their imagination with us. Thanks for the giveaways that I've seen. They're super awesome. And yay, I even won one once. I was like, ooh, I never win anything. And thanks to all the other people who put bright spots out there for people's lives. You know, even if you never hear it, it matters. It really does. And thanks for those of you who have the time and patience to hang out with me, because you could be doing anything with your time, and the fact that you're sharing it with me matters, because it's the one thing you can't get back. So where you spend your time and what you spend your time doing is a big deal. And it should always be like things that matter to you, you know, things that are important. Obviously we have obligations and responsibilities, but there should be some stuff in there that is really stuff that you want to do. Because, yeah, at the end of your time, you don't want to look back and say, gosh, there's all this stuff I wish I had done. So do the thing now while you can. And there you go. So if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe if that is your thing. And consider coming over to Patreon, where you can see these weirdness and other things, as well as some patron-only posts that only are there. You can't get them anywhere else. And until next we meet, I will see you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed hopefully tomorrow for Work in Progress Wednesday. And until then, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. Toodles! Okay, so look, we're doing that thing again where I correct something that I said because I'm not going to re-record the video because no. So at the end of this video, I tell you, hey, we're going to do a lunar cast tomorrow, right? We're not. Actually, tomorrow is going to be Work in Progress Wednesday. Why? Because I decided to move this entire video series up an entire week. Because I'm tired and there's no way that I'm going to get what was supposed to be done today. And so that's okay. And also, I was thinking I needed to move this anyway because I'm sharing it later, and that kind of requires this video to be up, which is what we're making happen right now. So there we go. All right. Yeah. So I will chat at y'all tomorrow.